Thank you, Madam Speaker.
To the bill.
To the bill.
To the bill.
Net neutrality protections are, I believe, as our representative from Salem, Independence, and Monmouth has just indicated, maintaining the integrity of the Internet as a place of free expression. As a career educator, a parent, and a grandparent, I believe that this source of information and access to a wider world should be kept free and open for all. In fact, I've been hearing a lot from my grandchildren lately and my former speech and debate students about how important this issue is. To quote my grandson Jackson, "Grandma, you gotta fix this." And I know that House Bill 4155 is a step in the right direction. Our young people rely on the Internet for education, for self-improvement, for communication. My grandchildren, the speech and debate kids, and all young people know that the free Internet has become a pillar of successful democracy, and it's where they want to be connected to more information in the world. There's another element that's particularly important to many of my rural constituents, and those are Oregonians across the state who only have access to one Internet service provider. I've heard arguments that this bill will be particularly hard on small rural ISPs who rely on a number of middle-mile providers to connect them to the larger grid and will not be able to control whether those providers conform with net neutrality. Under House Bill 4155, they don't have to. House Bill 4155 specifically mandates that the state will only contract with ISPs that don't engage in non-net neutral behavior themselves. And if a last-mile provider does not engage in any of the outlined behaviors, but one of the middle-mile providers does, that last-mile provider will not be punished for the bad acts of his fellow ISP. If anything, House Bill 4155 will empower smaller ISPs by giving them a mechanism with which to force the larger companies that they work with to play fair. I've also heard that rural public entities who only have one option for Internet service will be unable to conform with this law if that option refuses to provide net neutral services. But this bill contains an exemption for an ISP that is the sole provider of fixed broadband Internet access services to a geographical location subject to the contract. Colleagues, for the future generations and for a free and fair Internet for every Oregonian, I hope you will join me in voting yes on this bill. Thank you.